Ahoy, and welcome back to another episode of Sports Tingz with me, Brandon Beezley. Yeah. Week 3 is upon us. The first 2 weeks have brought nothing but excitement for everybody, joy for some, sadness for others, and all of the feelings in between. But this week, I think this week is where we will really start to see what teams are going to be top dogs this season. I think we're really gonna. I mean, in a way we already have, but 2 games you can always fluke. But I think this week is where you will really start to see teams kind of take off a little bit from others. Yeah. This week's games, there's some really good games, and then there's some just like, oh my god, I want to take a nap during this time games. But we'll go through every single one. I will tell you what I expect to see. I will tell you what you might see, and I will tell you who I think's gonna win. All that good stuff. So we're gonna start with the Thursday night game, and of course, the Pittsburgh Steelers take on the Cleveland Browns in Cleveland, Ohio. This will be Mitch Trubisky's 3rd start as a Steeler. I don't expect to see anything different from our offense, sadly. I don't. I understand that Cleveland just lost to the Jets, which kind of scares me, to be honest. I think that Cleveland may come out with a chip on their shoulder, and I think they may actually execute very well. Now, it is Jacoby Brissett, who I love, but he always gives you a couple. I was trying to itch my ear with headphones on. But, yeah, I don't know, man. Jacoby Brissett, I like him. I would honestly rather have Jacoby Brissett as the Steelers starting quarterback over Mitch, but I'm not the head coach, obviously. Let's check. Anybody that's going to be crazy. TJ Watt's still out, of course. Nobody crazy out for us. Jadeveon Clowney's out. I saw him playing in the game the other day. Ronnie Harrison's out. Greedy Williams is out. Either way. According to sports betting people, everybody thinks the Browns are going to win, it looks like. I think this is going to be another dogfight game, another low scoring, a lot of good defense playing football. Because if I know anything, I know that the Pittsburgh Steelers offense is going to suck once again. Our offensive line is going to block for half a second, and then Mitch is going to have to run for his life, or Najee is going to get stopped at the line of scrimmage because we can't give him any type of running room. I think our defense will play a lot better than we did last week. I don't see why we would give up the middle of the field as much as we did. I do also have a feeling that they're going to try to run the ball right off of whoever is replacing TJ Watt. I didn't see who it was. I did see who it was, but I don't remember who it was. So, yeah. Who do I think is going to win this game? I want to say Pittsburgh's going to win, but I have no faith in our offense, and they have a Nick Chubb. That's where I'll leave you there. Yeah, we have no offense, and they have Nick Chubb. And Nick Chubb is one of the best, if not the best, running back in the entire league. So, we'll see what happens. But, and then we go to Sunday's games. And here, the first one we got is the Detroit Lions versus the Minnesota Vikings. Detroit went out and got themselves a nice win last week. Congrats to them. Minnesota kind of looked like they looked a lot more of what I expected them to look like in terms of how they looked against the Packers. Against the Packers, they looked like they could be a legitimate playoff team. I don't even remember who they played last week. Philly. Yeah. Against Philly, they kind of sucked. Kirk Cousins was terrible. Kirk Cousins, I've said this multiple times and I will continue to say, he is literally the definition of mid. I hate him. I don't hate him, but I don't like him. Jared Goff, I mean, could you imagine what the Detroit Lions would be if Jared Goff wasn't their quarterback? Everyone's saying, oh, Jared Goff is good, blah, blah. No, Jared Goff sucks. Jared Goff is a bad quarterback playing on a team with a great coach and a lot of motivation. And we'll see. I think he's like third in the league in passing yards right now. We'll see how long that lasts. He's only thrown one pick. I expect him to throw at least one this game. As much as I want to pick the Lions to win and all the shit I just talked about Kirk, the Vikings have Dalvin Cook and Justin Jefferson, and that defense is solid. So, you know what? No. I'm riding with them. The Detroit Lions are going to win this game. ACDC. I'm such an idiot. Coach MCDC is going to take these Detroit Lions to a goddamn victory. And I will stand on that. 100%. Even though I'm already having second thoughts. But I'm just going to ride on the fact that I think Kirk Cousins sucks. And the Lions are out to prove something. You know what I'm saying? They're out to prove something. I don't know. I'm trying to hype myself up on the Lions, and it's not really working. Next game on the slate here is Baltimore at New England. Now, I'm going to say this right off the rip. I hope Baltimore fucking throttles them. I want the New England Patriots to cry after this game. Now, I want Lamar Jackson to throw for 500 yards and run for 2. Like, I want him to have that kind of game. I think this is a game that Lamar Jackson could really come out and show why he deserves to be the highest paid quarterback in the league. Yeah, the Patriots, they're in shambles. I don't know what they're gonna do. The way with their play calling and Bill Belichick, I don't even know exactly if Bill Belichick's head's all the way in the game. You can assume it is, but the man's old as fuck. His quarterback of 20 years is gone. He's really seeing how bad that they can be. So, I don't even know where I was going with that. I'm just saying shit at this point. But Mac Jones is trash. Lamar Jackson's good. Ravens by 1,000,000. The third game, see, this is one of those games where it's going to be a shit out, basically. The New Orleans Saints versus the Carolina Panthers. New Orleans has old Jameis Winston at quarterback, obviously. Carolina with Baker. I said this on the last pod. It seems like the Baker Mayfield experiment in Carolina is going to be a one and done thing. They still look bad. Christian McCaffrey's healthy and they still look bad. That is not good. That is not a good sign. I'm just making sure nobody crazy is hurt. Alvin Kamara's questionable. I don't see why Alvin Kamara was even playing. I swear to God. I swear that I saw something that said that Alvin Kamara hit some lady. And so I figured he was done for the year too. But I haven't heard anything else about that since I saw that story. I don't really understand what's going on with that. I don't know. This is a shit show game. I'm going to say the Saints because I have no faith in Baker Mayfield and Carolina sucks. I think the Saints are going to win. I do. I think that's all I can say about that game. And the next game on this slate is another one of those shitter games. It's going to be the Houston Texans against the Chicago Bears. They have Chicago favored on here, which is a little confusing to me, honestly, because, I mean, Chicago sucks. Like, they are a bad team. Yeah, they went out and got a win against the 49ers in a fucking monsoon. Congratulations, that's a fluke win. But last week, they looked really bad against the Packers. And I think this week, they're going to come in and suck it up just as bad, if not worse. I think the Texans are going to get a little momentum. They're going to start. I think that this will be the Texans' first win of the year. Old Davy Mills is going to light up that Chicago's Bear defense because Chicago Bears suck. I said this before, Justin Fields looks more and more like a running back trying to play quarterback, and I just don't see any road to success for him, honestly. I don't. The more I watch him play, the more I think he sucks. And I hate that so much because I wanted Justin Fields to be a good quarterback for a long time. And I'd be surprised. Right now, I'd be surprised if Justin Jefferson got a second contract, honestly. So I'm going to take the Houston Texans here. Lovie Smith has got the boys buzzing. They got to get a win. The Texans division is very winnable right now. So I think they got to get a win here. They can build some momentum off of that. And who knows, maybe Davy Mills will lead the Texans to a nice little sneaky division win and a playoff berth. And then get bounced in the first round. But that doesn't matter. The next game on the slate is the Kansas City Chiefs at the Indianapolis Colts. Now, if there's any team that I could declare dead after 2 weeks, it is the Indianapolis Colts. Matt Ryan is clearly not the guy. I personally think Matt Ryan should have retired 3-4 years ago. Every team that plays them is literally stacking 8 guys in the box and just daring them to throw it because their only receiver worth the fuck is Michael Pittman Jr., and he's barely worth the fuck, honestly. Their quarterback's not worth the fuck. Their O-line should be good, but they're not. And their defense is hurt as fuck right now. Everybody's hurt on that defense. I think DeForest Buckner's still out. Shaquille Leonard's still out. I mean, this ain't it for the Colts. And then, obviously, the Chiefs are going to come out and be the Chiefs. They got a nice victory over the Chargers the other day. And, I think this may be a rout. Patrick Mahomes may come out of the game at the beginning of the third quarter and not come back in. I think that, there's a chance that the Kansas City... I think in this game, if they really, 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 really tried, I think the Kansas City Chiefs could possibly put up a college football type number, like 77-14 or something like that. Now, I doubt they're gonna, but that would be something awesome to watch. But yeah, so Indy sucks. Chiefs by 1 million. Fuck it. The next game on this slate is Philly at Washington. The Commanders suck. Carson Wentz sucks. Their defense, I don't understand what's going on with their defense. I think Chase Young's still hurt. And the Eagles look fucking amazing. Even though Jalen Hurts isn't throwing any touchdowns, they're running the ball a fuck ton. And they are just... Teams don't know what to do with them. The teams that I've watched them play... Now, granted, last week was the Vikings. And as you heard me say about the Vikings earlier, I think they suck, kind of. I don't see this being a test for Philly. I think Philly comes in to Washington and just absolutely murders them. I would expect Carson Wentz to throw 2 or 3 picks in this game. He may throw 2 or 3 touchdowns, but he's definitely going to throw at least 1 pick. A.J. Brown anytime touchdown. If that was a bet you would want to take, I think that would be a solid one. Philly just knows what they're doing. They run the ball. They keep every team guessing. Nobody ever knows what they're going to do. And Jalen Hurts being able to run the way he can, it brings a whole nother level because they can have everybody locked up. They can have all the receivers downfield, all the receivers that were coming to the sideline. Everything over the middle could be locked up. And somehow Jalen Hurts could run and get a first down still. You can play perfect defense, and Philly can still be you doing their stuff. That's the problem with Philly. You can play as perfect of defense as you could play as perfect of defense as physically possible, and Philly can still beat you because Jalen Hurts can run the ball. Yeah, so I think that Philly is going to walk all over them. I do. Jalen Hurts is going to have another monster game. We're going to start talking about early MVPs, and Jalen Hurts is going to be up there, and if he's not up there, people are going to be like, oh, Y'all are sleeping on Jalen Hurts. All that's going to happen after this week. I got a feeling. Now, this next game right here, Buffalo at Miami. This is going to be a real test for Miami to see how good they really are. Last week, Miami went out and in the first half looked like they were going to be a dog shit Miami Dolphins team, and then they came back and won, we all know. But the Buffalo Bills defense won. It's not going to let them get those easy catches like the Ravens did. And Buffalo can get to you rushing just 4 and dropping everybody else back in coverage. They can disrupt you. And Miami, I don't think Miami's defense has any type of answer for the Josh Allen to Stephon Diggs connection. I don't think they have answers for Stephon Diggs. I don't think they have answers for Josh Allen. I don't think they could do anything with Dawson Knox. I mean, the Bills are the real fucking deal. They are. They are the real fucking deal. And I just can't wait to continue to watch the Bills play. Now, I think the Bills mollywop them, honestly. I think the Bills go in there, handle business, win by a bazillion points. Josh Allen's going to put up a bunch of crazy stats. And that's who they'll be talking about winning the MVP. Especially if they go and handle their business in this game. Oof. Yeah, I got the Bills winning. Sorry, Tua. I love you, but the Bills are too good. The next game of the 12 o'clock slate here would be the Cincinnati Bengals at the New York Jets. Now, the Cincinnati Bengals need a win here. And this is a perfect time for them to be playing a shitty team because they're 0-2. And I saw a thing that said when you start the season 0-2, you have like an 11-point-something% chance to make the playoffs. Now, some people are saying, you take your stats and shove them up your ass, blah, blah, blah. But that is literally just telling you that it is fact. If you start 0-2, 11% of the time you make the playoffs. That is a small percentage. Now, that doesn't mean you can't do it because people have done it. But you never want to be put in a situation where your back's almost basically against the wall. In my opinion. If you can stay away from having your back against the wall, everything is usually good. But I think the Bengals come in and handle their business. I think Joey Footsteps has nowhere near as good of a game as he did last week. The Bengals are going to start playing with some, I wouldn't say desperation quite yet, but they're going to be, you're going to tell that they are really, really trying to win that game. And if they don't, then goddamn, I think the Bengals might be dead. But yeah, there's no world where I see the Jets going through and winning this game. Joey B, I think this may be a comeback game for Joey B. And when I say comeback, it's going to be more like getting back in tune with how Joey B usually plays. But I could be wrong because their offensive line sucks absolute donkey dick too. Their offensive line is fucking terrible. But Lionel Collins comes in, he's like, oh yeah, there's a new bodyguard in town. Joey B ain't getting touched. And then he gets sacked more than any fucking quarterback in the league. Like, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You can't come in talking shit and then get absolutely dominated by everybody. You can't do it. But yeah, I think the Bengals win. Ugly or not, I think the Bengals win. And then the final game of the 12 o'clock slate here would be the Las Vegas Raiders at the Tennessee Titans. Now, the Las Vegas Raiders are a team that surprised me a lot because they're 0-2. And they look like a good team. Derek Carr, I almost want to put the blame on Derek Carr because it seems like I don't know. It seems like now that he's got the guys and the pressure's actually off of him, he is kind of folding. Which doesn't make a lot of sense. Because usually they fold when all the pressure's on them. But literally, I think if I'm Derek Carr, I feel like that I should be more relaxed. I should be more relaxed now than ever before on this Raiders team. I mean, you got one of the best tight ends in the league. You got a top number one receiver in the league. Your running back doesn't suck. Your defense is decent, but their offensive line fucking sucks too. What is up with there being so many shitty offensive lines? It's nuts. But yeah, and Ryan Tannehill's about as productive as a bag of dog shit. people are doing to the Titans what they're doing to the Colts, just stacking everybody in the box. And now that they don't have AJ Brown, they have no outside threat whatsoever. So if they stop Derrick Henry and make everybody else beat him, 9 times out of 10, it's not going to happen for them. And so far, we've seen that. Now, I think the Raiders come in and win this game. Sadly for the Tennessee Titans, I don't see anything changing for them. Their receivers are trash. Ryan Tannehill's kind of trash too. So, yeah, I don't see a world where Tennessee comes in and wins unless Derrick Henry comes in and runs for 178 yards and 4 tuds somehow. But I don't see that happening. Oh, wow. Sorry, crazy headline just popped up. Start of the 3 o'clock games would be Jacksonville at the Chargers. Even though Jacksonville went out and got a nice win last week, I think they still suck. Dougie P can only do so much. Trevor Lawrence is Trevor Lawrence, but $20 million a year Christian Kirk ain't gonna cut it, honestly. And yeah, the Chargers have fucking studs all over the field. They're probably still pretty angry about the way they lost that game. Now, is Justin Herbert playing? Because he has that micro fracture or whatever in his ribs. It looks like he is playing. Okay, so, yeah. I mean, if Justin Herbert's playing, then he's going to fucking carve that Jacksonville defense up. So, yeah, Chargers are definitely going to win this game. The 3:25 game, we got Atlanta at Seattle. This is a snooze fest of a game. If you are excited to watch this game, I am sorry. You need to get some more exciting things going on in your life. Because watching the Atlanta Falcons go up against the Seattle Seahawks in a Marcus Mariota versus fucking Geno Smith quarterback matchup, if you're excited for that, Jesus Christ. You need some new friends. You need a hobby, something. You could literally go smoke crack and be more excited than being a fan of either one of these teams. Now, with that being said, even though Atlanta is 0-2, and Seattle did have that win against Denver, I think Atlanta's going to win this game. I do. Atlanta almost came back last week. They've been putting up points. And I think Seattle sucks. I mean, they do have DK, but Geno Smith is not great. And that defense is terrible. That Seattle defense is terrible. Now, this game may still be a shootout type game where, I doubt it. I don't think both offenses are good enough to put up a bunch of points, but I think it might be a close game. I think Atlanta wins by 3 points, honestly. And then we got the Rams at the Cardinals. I don't know what to make of this game because I don't know what to make of the Rams or the fucking Cardinals. I mean, last week it looked like the Cardinals were dead in the water, and then Kyler Murray decided he wants to play a little bit of football, and they come out and win. And the Rams, I mean, Matthew Stafford's game plan this year so far has been just throw the ball to Cooper Kupp as many times as fucking possible. And it got him a win, and it got him a loss. Matthew Stafford has thrown 5 picks this year. Like I said this in a recent pod, Matthew Stafford is slowly slipping back into that Detroit Lions type Matthew Stafford, where he throws the ball all over the field, but he also throws a good amount of picks. I mean, this is me literally guessing this because I have no idea. I think that the Rams win because I think the Cardinals come out and shit the bed after getting an exciting win at the Raiders last week. That's what I'm going to go with. Then the final of the 3:25 games is one of my favorite games of the week. We got Green Bay at Tampa Bay. This is going to be so fun to watch, I think. I think it's going to be a crazy chess match. I am a little worried about the Green Bay Packers receivers showing up in a big game because this is going to be the first real big game for them. So that'll be fun to keep an eye on. But if the Packers feed Aaron Jones and A.J. Dillon like they did last week, I think that they will be just fine, honestly. Get the ball to him out of the backfield a little bit. And then let A-Rod throw a couple deep balls, put the ball in some place that only he can do it. And I mean, Tampa's good. I mean, it's Tom fucking Brady. As much as I hate him, that man he's still good. He's still good. I don't get it. He's still good. I think that this is going to be a close game all the way. I think the Packers come out and get the win, but I'd say by no more than a touchdown. No more than a touchdown. I wouldn't be surprised if this is a 1, 2, 3-point game. And then the final game on Sunday, Sunday Night Football. We got Jimmy G and the San Francisco 49ers going into Denver to take on Russ and the Broncos. I don't know if I said this on a pod already, but Trey Lance getting hurt is literally the best possible thing that could have happened to Kyle Shanahan and the 49ers, because now they can play Jimmy, they'll win games, and they have an excuse on why they're playing Jimmy. Because in the first 2 games, Trey Lance kind of looked like shit. Preseason looked like shit. He kind of looks like he can't put the ball anywhere with any kind of accuracy. But that's just me being over-judgmental, honestly. But with Jimmy G in, they know what they are. It's a well-oiled machine with Jimmy G in. And Denver, I don't think Denver knows what the fuck they're doing. I mean, Nathaniel Hackett, I think he may be in a little over his head. He seems like he's having a hard time calling some plays. And Russ does not seem like he's understanding what they got going on too well. Give me the Niners. I think the Broncos are on their way to being dead. And like I said, with Jimmy G and that 49ers offense, I mean, well-oiled machine. Easy win for the 49ers, I think. And then the final game of this week. This is a shorter episode, but usually the previews are. Monday night. We got the Dallas Cowboys. Cooper Kush, and the Dallas Cowboys go into New York and take on Danny Dimes and the New York Football Giants. This is a shitter game. I think this is going to be a game where we see exactly what Cooper Rush is going to do for him. I don't think he's going to do much. As much as I never see myself saying this because they have sucked since Eli's been gone. I think the Giants win this game. I think every year Dallas is overrated, and I'm honestly sick of buying into their hype. So they're going to have to prove to me that they can do anything. And so I'm picking the Giants. Prezzel like that. Giants 3-0, baby. Let's go. Yeah, I'm very excited for this week of football. I really hope my Steelers can go out and get a win. I do. It's going to be... I'm going to be keeping a real close eye on our defense, because we got to step it up from last week. Because honestly, last week, even with how bad our offense was, if our defense covers the middle of the field better, we win that game. Honestly, I think we do. I think Matt Jones throws us at least a pick, maybe 2, and we win that game. So I'm going to be really paying attention to our defense. And yeah. The Bills game is going to be fun to watch. That Packers game, I think the Packers Buccaneers is my game of the week, honestly. At 3:25, I will be tuning into that game, and I hope to see Aaron Rodgers come out and just put on a show in Tampa Bay. And I hope that this game makes Tom Brady consider retirement again, because I need him out of the league for my mental health. I need him gone. I'm sick of him winning. I'm sick of him always being in it. I'm sick of Tom Brady. He's 45 fucking years old. Go raise your goddamn kids, you deadbeat dad. Goddamn. Like, holy shit. Go do something productive with your life. The only thing you've done is play a kid's game your entire fucking life, and you're so fucking good at it that now we don't want you anymore. You're ruining the game of football, Tom Brady. Tom Brady, you are ruining the game of football by winning so goddamn much. Retire. Please. Do us all a favor. We understand you're great. We understand that you like to throw the ball 5 yards down the field and you'll nickel and dime all the way and then score a touchdown and then act like you did something fucking impressive. We get it. Retire. I'm over it. I'm sick of you, Tom. I'm sick of you. Aaron Rodgers is about to come in and he's going to fucking put his foot up your ass. And he's going to say, I own you, like he owns the Chicago Bears. Okay? That's how this is going to go. And that's how this pod's going to end. Thank you so much for listening. please make sure to follow me on Twitter, me on Instagram, me on wherever. Make sure you go follow Off the Ball on all social medias. Make sure you go check out our website. We got all crazy good articles. We got all of our podcasts. Everything you could want is on the Off the Ball Network website, okay? Fucking do it. Now, I did say that was going to be the end, but I got to read some ads. I appreciate you guys who keep tuning in and listening. I promise you that this will be better eventually. I'm still kind of getting my bearings in, but I appreciate you guys for watching. I really do. Now, feel free to leave comments. Feel free to message me personally. Give me any kind of feedback, whatever. I got some thick skin. I don't really give a fuck what you say to me. Now, today's podcast is brought to you by Built Bar. Built Bar is unlike any other bar out there. Most of the bars taste like old Play-Doh or a piece of cardboard. But when you eat Built Bar, it'll literally taste like you're cheating on your own diet. If your kids find out how good they are, you're literally going to have to go buy 15 boxes because they're that fucking good. Go to BuiltBar.com. Use our referral code OFFTHEBALL in all caps. That's OFFTHEBALL in all caps. And that code will give you, your friends, and family a 10% discount at BuiltBar.com. This podcast is also brought to you by Sleeves. Sleeve is a design company, and they all types of things. They got arm sleeves, compression tights, shorts. They got headbands, everything from arm sleeves, compression gear, custom stuff. They got everything you need. Go to sleeves.com now and order. Thank you, Sleeves, for sponsoring the pod. And last but not least, this podcast is brought to you by BetUs.com. BetUs.com. Listen up, sports bettors. Your favorite sportsbook, BetUs.com, is back for the 28th year of NFL action. With the industry's biggest sign-up bonus of up to 200%, BetUs offers our members the opportunity to cash in on all your favorite sports, including the NFL, UFC, and the MLB. If you're looking for live in-game betting, incredible odds with daily odds boosters, props, and parlays, we got them. How about fast payouts and exceptional one-on-one customer service? We got that too. Log into betus.com or call 800-792-3887. That's 800-79-BET-US. BetUs.com, where the games begin. Thank you for watching, and we will see you on the next one, baby.